Ladies and gentlemen, the end is coming. And I'm not talking about the Dallas Mavericks or the Edmonton Oilers, because even though they posted some great blowouts the other night, the end will still be coming for them. Don't you worry. But the end is coming from a legend, someone that most of us hold near and dear to our hearts. So let's jump into it. Before we get started, thank you so much for tuning into the Daily Huddle. My name is Aaron, and we would love it if you hit that like button, subscribe for all of the big sports content of the day, of the week, whenever. If it's big, chances are we're going to talk about it, except for cricket. We haven't talked about that yet, but one day, maybe, who knows, if the U.S. keeps dominating. But that being said, comment below as well. We'd love to hear your feedback. So as we said, news broke the other day about Sir Charles retiring. Moment of silence. Thank you very much. Sir Charles, most of us hold near and dear to our heart. He's hilarious. He's funny. In one show that's on TV that I'm not even that huge of an NBA fan, but I feel like I see segments all the time from inside the NBA with Charles and Shaq and all those guys, and it is always funny. And he came out the other day basically saying that the 2024-2025 season will be his last season on television, which I feel like is going to be a huge hit for the NBA just because they are great entertainment to turn into. I feel like a lot of people have grown up watching Charles. If they didn't watch him on the court like I did as a kid, they've seen him in studio with his commentary, with his insight, with his humor. And I feel like, honestly, those guys, almost like a Tony Romo type feel when he's in the box, whether you like him or not, they make you feel more a part of the game. They may make you, honestly, I don't want you to get teared up when I say this, but they almost make you feel like family. Like you're sitting down on the couch, you're all together, you're joking around, you're talking sports, and that's the feel that I feel like inside the NBA brings, and Charles and Shaq and all those guys. So I really feel like it's going to be a huge blow to the NBA. But the big reason, one of the huge catalysts for Charles leaving is because the media rights, that deal is going to be up for TNT, which is Warner Brothers Discovery. So that's going to be up, and chances are the NBA is going to be locking up a deal with Disney, ABC, ESPN, we know all those guys, Amazon, who has taken kind of sports and is trying to elbow their way in when they have Thursday night football and stuff like that, as well as NBC. That's one of the bigger names, obviously. And then Warner Brothers right here. But it's possible that Warner Brothers could be kind of that odd company out. And if that's the case, then that means inside the NBA, see ya, goodbye. It was nice knowing you. We'll miss you. We've had some good memories. But then you're probably wondering, well, hold on a second. If they lose that contract, couldn't Charles Barkley go to an ESPN and NBC? Yeah, sure he could, but it's also the fact that he said, hey, I'm not going to work anywhere else besides TNT, which I respect a lot. Someone who loves where I work, is very loyal to where I work. I totally understand that. You work somewhere where you love the people you work with, and it's not only the people he works with when he's doing his segment, but it's also the camera people, the producers, the higher execs. I'm sure they tell him, Charles, do what you want to do. Be yourself. And I think he loves that. And Charles Barkley, if you know anything about Charles Barkley, throughout his whole career, that's what it's been about. It's been about, hey, I'm going to be myself. Okay? What was that one thing he said back in was it 80s, 90s? He's like, I'm not a role model. All right? Kids shouldn't be looking up to me. Hey, he was a very aggressive, great basketball player. He was just speaking the truth at that moment in his life. Hey, you know what? Live your life, Charles Barkley. Say what you want to say. And I feel like he thinks that only TNT will let him say that. When it comes to Disney, ABC, ESPN, I will tell you, ESPN, there have been some people in studio. I think of one person in particular, Robert Griffin III. He's someone I've actually fallen in love with listening to his commentary because I feel like ESPN lets him be him. And I don't think that's always the case with ESPN, but I think that companies are starting to realize, hey, we have companies like Barstool Sports or these other areas that look at Pat McAfee. The reason he went to ESPN was because ESPN realized we are going down this road that we should not be going. We're too traditional when it comes to how we present sports. These people want to hear sports like from people who want to be, guys and girls of the people. They want to be chill, letting words fly, say what they want. And I feel like Charles sees that when it comes to TNT, but he doesn't want to deal with that with other companies. That being said, he's also 61 years old. He's older. And so typically with age, he wants to retire. Probably needs to still work on that golf swing. If anyone remembers his golf swing, and when they tried to do, what was it called? Swing Impossible, whatever, when that show tried to fix his swing and it didn't. I'm also honored to say I've seen him golf in person at a celebrity golf tournament. Stand-up guy. He actually walked around. He brought, I want to say it was $30,000, he said. And every mom, woman, whatever the age, or child he saw, he just gave a $100 bill to until he was out of money. And so it was super cool to see. Stand-up guy. I think he'll go down in history, not only as a great basketball player, but just great person, great in studio, person who loves life. That being said, Charles, we appreciate it all. We'll enjoy next year. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you want to stay up to date when it comes to big sports stories, be sure to subscribe, like, comment. This is the Daily Huddle. I'm Aaron. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.